for this beautiful uh, afternoon. This is another great time. I'll be glad to share with you all today a very topic, which I believe that is going to help us build confidence in all that we do. Confidence, as you know, is a very interesting thing. We must not we must not forget that confidence plays a very important role in all that we do in our personal lives, in our businesses, in our family, in every areas of our lives. Confidence is very key, and that's one of the reasons why we must not neglect, being confident. When we talk about confidence, confidence is not something that happens after; it's before. Because if you are waiting till you have confidence before you take action, that we never take that action. Just take the action, the confidence will come. So this hour, by the grace, I'll be discussing 10 ways to strengthen your self-confidence. 10 ways to strengthen your self-confidence. First and foremost, I want to welcome everyone who are watching us. I want to advise that this community is a place where we build self-confidence, we develop ourselves, and our goal is to ensure that we be our best. So I'll be looking at 10 ways we can, be self-confident, build it. How do we develop this self-confidence that we're talking about? Number one, successful track record. Every win boosts your belief that you can do it again. You know, um, at any point in time, you are doubting your confidence. Look at the things you have done before that you succeeded, the mountain you won, all the challenges that you have overcome. That's one of the way to, strengthen confidence. Because when you look at things you have done in time past, you tell yourself, if I can do this thing, if I can accomplish this thing before, then I can do this one that is before me. So that is why it's always good go back and look at the things, all the victories you have recorded, and you will agree that you will say, if I can do it before, I'll do it again. Then number two is that courageous action. Courageous action. You see, courage is not absent of fear, right? It's out of fear, but acting. That's what it means. Without fear, there won't be courage. Any great man, woman, leaders that you know today that are on top, you might think, oh, these ones, they don't entertain fear. They are fearless, but that's never true. They do entertain fear. That's what makes a leader. That's what makes human. That's what makes successful people. Any one person you saw today that are succeeding in creation and practice, preparation and practice. If there's any way you can develop confidence, it's by preparation. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Practice, practice, practice. And they often said that a practice makes perfect, right? So keep preparing, keep practicing. Keep preparing, keep practicing. Then your confidence will build. There is a quote I like by Bruce Lee. He said, I'm not afraid of one who does 10,000 things once. He said, but I'm afraid of one who does one thing 10,000 times. Mastery, you become a pro in something, repeating it over and over and over. That is how to build mastery. And remember, when you master something, boldness, confidence follows. So, reason why you see most people don't have confidence is because they lack preparation. They lack practicing. Because it is in the place of preparation and practicing, you develop knowledge. You develop capacity. You develop that technical know-how. And when you have all of these, you do it with boldness. You do it with courage, and so on and so forth. Self-improvement efforts. That's number 5. Self-improvement effort. There is a need for you to self-improve yourself, self-develop yourself, self-reinvent yourself. And that's the essence why we have this platform, this community. This community is for those who are sick and tired and said, no, I want to self-develop myself. We have materials, we have everything you need to self-develop yourself. We drop great content. You know, when you listen and learn, what are you doing? You are developing yourself, applying those things you learn. So our community is a place where we develop people by themselves. We give you all the things you need to enhance and develop yourself. Self-improvement is very, very important. It's key. Self-improvement effort. It's a committing to personal growth and continuous improvement boosts both competence and self-esteem. You know, when you indulge in self-development, competence is definitely what you will not struggle to have. Then your self-esteem also will come alive. You walk tall, you talk big, because why? You know exactly what you are doing. You are not afraid. You can hold yourself accountable. You can teach yourself what you need to know. You can seek for those wisdoms. That is what it is. People who have that ability to self-empower themselves, they are the most strongest people on the planet. Number 6, mindset and attitude. That's the key. Mindset and attitude. Your mindset matters a lot. Your attitude, the way you see things. Let's say it. It's a developing a resilient mindset where failures are learning opportunities, and challenges are opportunities for growth. Build self-assurance. When you develop a mindset of anytime you experience failure, you see it as a time to learn. It's not everyone that has that kind of a mindset. A mindset that believes that if I fail, I am not the one. Because failure, as you know, is an event. It's not an identity. It takes a great mindset to believe that when you experience failure, you are not the one that failed. It's an event that it is. It's not you. So don't see it that way. See it that way. Develop that mindset, that attitude of I am learning and becoming better on daily basis. That is what it is. We have to have that mindset. We have to believe in that mindset. We have to have that attitude, that belief system that I am learning and I'm growing and I'm developing to be my best. 7, supportive environment. Surrounding yourself with supportive people create an environment conducive to confidence. It often said you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Yes. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Your environment matters. Where you are. Who are those things? What are you consuming? Who are those people you are hanging out with? All of these things matters because, when you have people who are adding to you, who are propelling you, who are dragging you out of comfort zone, definitely you will soon be like them. So make sure you have friends better off than you. Friends who knows more, who knows more than what you are doing. It's often said that if you are the smartest person in a room, you are in a wrong room. So create an environment where it aid your learning, aid your growth. Don't stay in an environment where you feel you are the champion. It will not help you and it will not make you who you want to be. Then encouraging comments. Positive feedback serves as a potent form of validation, boosting your self-esteem as others acknowledge your strength. Yes, you must also make sure you have people who gives you positive feedback, whose their criticism is positive. I have people who criticize me and I take their criticism very serious because it's not a negative criticism. They criticize me because they want me to be better. Someone said, I need people who will tell me what I want to hear, not who will tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. You understand? I need people in my circle. I need people around me who will tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. So those are what we call positive criticism. They will tell you exactly as it is. Yes, you are my friend, but this is it. This is where you are missing it. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you are not supposed to do. So having such people is very key, and it will help you to grow as you journey in your life. Then self-reflection. Self-reflection. Recognizing your strengths, skills, and accomplishments through introspection not only enhances self-esteem but also nurtures moral character. Knowing your strengths is a key thing. Self-reflection, because when you self-reflect, you'll be able to see your potential, see your weakness, your strengths, your giftings, and so on and so forth. And having of this also help you to know what to focus on and which area you are to master. Because imagine you say you don't know exactly what you are good at. It means you have not self-reflect enough. Self-reflect and know exactly what area am I supposed to be functioning. What's my best area of functioning? All of these things are very key. So I urge you all to please self-reflect from time to time to know where you are to focus on proper. It's of no use focusing on your weakness when you are supposed to be focusing on your strength. Because focusing on your weakness make you become an average. I'm not saying we should neglect our weakness, but give more of your focus to your strength, where you can easily grow and become a pro. Then give less focus to average. Because no matter imagine for example, you don't know how to sing. You know, singing is not your gifting. Now, you are paying more attention to singing. You will only end up an average person. Yeah, you will definitely improve, but your improvement will not be at the peak because you don't have the giftings of singing. But if, for example, you are a sport person, you play ball, you give more of your focus to football, you know you have skill, you have the stamina, you have the time, you give it to practicing football, the probability of you becoming the top in that career is certain than the singing. Even though you like how to sing, don't give your major focus to singing. Give the minor part of it to singing. Give the major to the sport, because that is where your real strength lies. That's where you can reach the peak of a career. Then goal setting and achievement. Setting and achieving ambitious goals reaffirm faith in your ability. Yeah, there's a need for us to set goals. You know, goal setting is very key. Goal setting gives you targets. When you don't have a goal, you are just walking aimlessly. You don't even have what you are shooting at. You don't have anything that you are pursuing. You don't have anything that is dragging you. You won't be able to do much. You will walk at your pace. But when you have a goal, when you set a goal, you want to aim at that goal. You want to push towards that goal. And that also will also let you know when you have achieved, you will know, oh, I've gotten this thing I set out for. Because when you don't have, you will not have a limit. You will not even know where you are heading. Imagine this is my goal. I put it here. This is what I want to achieve today. You understand? So when I walk, I get to this level. I say, okay, now I achieve my goal today. Then I can push the goal forward again for tomorrow. But when you don't have any, you can stop anywhere. Because you don't have a goal, you don't have a setting, you don't have anything you set out for. So goal setting and achievement go hands in hand, because that's what will let you know you are doing well, you are pursuing, you are pushing, and so on and so forth. It's very, very important. Then personal values and beliefs. Number 10, personal value and beliefs. Living authentically in alignment with your values install faith in your decisions and action. You must understand that you must have a value. What is your value? What are your principles? What are your goals? So, on daily basis, if you don't have a values or goals, you'll be distracted. Because when you have a value, you will be known for it. We know him. He's a man of purpose. He's a man that believes in certain things. That's your value. They know what your standard. They know what you stand for. They know what you stand to defend on daily basis. That is how it is. Someone said, what will people think of that will remind them of you? What will people think of that will remind them of you? What are you standing for? You know, there's also a quote that says, if you don't stand for something, you will stand for anything. If you don't stand for something, you will stand for anything. So let people know your value, emulate your value, embrace your value, embody your value. Let your value reflect in your character, in your attitude, in your words, in your speech, just like an excellent. Let it reflect. In your body language, let them know this is who he is. This is what he believes. This is what he stands for. Okay, so that is exactly how it is. Okay, got you. I'll try and I guess the network is so you must understand the way it is in life. When people don't know what you stand for, they will take you for nothing. I said it before that when you don't stand for something, you will stand for anything. Let people know what you stand for. Let them know your goals, your principles, your values. Is very, very important. That is exactly how it is. Like I said this some time ago, that reason why you see, it's often said that a man without a purpose will distract himself with pleasure. A man without a purpose will distract himself with pleasure. So there is a need for everyone to know, this is what I believe. This is what I stand for. I am for Christ. People will know, yeah, this is exactly who he is. So whatever you embody, whatever you emulate, let it be seen, let it be known. So that when they are looking for such a fellow, you will be called for. You will be sent for. Take, for example, the story of Joseph in the Bible. Joseph stood for something. Even his co-inmates knew what he stood for. And that was why when there was an issue in the land, when the king had an issue, he dreamt, they were looking for who to interpret. Joseph's name came to mind. So that was why I said, what will people think of that will remind them of you? When they were facing that situation, what came to mind was Joseph's name. Sent for him immediately. So what will the world be searching for now that they will say is your name that comes to mind? What are you standing for? What is those values you embody? All of these things are very, very important. So I am of the opinion that all of this begins from how to strengthen your confidence, because when you don't have confidence in what you are doing, it will be very difficult for you to showcase it. A lot of us, I have so many people today, they are talented. They got something in them, but they don't have the confidence to showcase them. The confidence is not there. It's the confidence that's the issue. No matter how good you are, if you don't have the confidence to talk about it, if you don't have confidence to showcase what you believe, how will people know? that what you have is good. Your product is good. Your service is good. So you must have confidence to showcase what you have. That's how it works. And that's the reason why I believe so much in mindset. I teach on mindset. I teach on self-improvement. Because when you get good, everything around you will take shape. Things around us naturally don't improve, but we do. Someone said, when you know better, you do better. When you get good, when you get better, your situation also will get better. Sometimes we blame things and the government, this one, that one. We keep pointing at things, but you have not even looked at your own self. Where is my own fault? I have my own fault. Let me fix my part first. When you fix your part, I tell you the gospel truth. When you fix your own self, everything around you will take shape. Because when you fix your mindset, everything will change around you. I think it's, what's this man's name? The founder of Ford Motors, Henry Ford, said, if you think you can, you are correct. If you think you cannot, you are also correct. Your mind made it so. And God himself is looking for men that are confident of themselves. Before God can make use of you, before God can send you an errand, he also wants you to believe in yourself. Look at what he told, what was his name? Joshua. He said, be courageous, be bold. That was what he told him. Be courageous. Courageousness is very important in this day and time. If we must succeed, if we must excel, we need to develop courage. And most of the time too, your courage can come alive by feeding your mind with the word of God. That is number one thing. That's number one thing. All these ones I'm discussing are secondary. But first on the list is the word. Feed yourself with the mind. Let your mind be seasoned in the word of God. So when you have that one put in place, then you now begin to look at all other areas of your life, like the habit we talk about. We talk about preparation and practice. You cannot just say you pray. You don't want to go and do the job. You must also do the work. You must labor. Apostle Paul said it. He said, I plant, Apollo water. God brings the increase. He didn't say, I pray, Apollo fast, God bring the increase. No. He said, I plant. In other words, I walk. Apollo didn't just sit back. He also went again. He watered. He walked before increase comes from God. So knowing God is one thing. Okay. Then after all the prayers, after all of that, what do you now do? Put in the giftings and the talents God has given to you and let's roll with that. You will see God in action. You will see God moving in that direction. So it's important that we do the needful so that God also will perfect that which he has begun in our life. We are here to dominate the earth. That is certain. Nothing can be taken out of it. But for that to happen, we need to be bold in Christ. We need to develop strength. We need to develop self-confidence. Self-confidence. Nobody really has the time to come and be telling you how to do this. That is why we have a platform, we have a community like this where we discuss self-development, self-improvement, self-reinvention. Share this, our platforms, subscribe to it, and let's continue to develop and enhance ourselves. We have great content we'll be talking about that will help change the trajectory of your life. Life, as we know, it's built on principles. Most of the time, when we don't know these principles, it becomes hard. But if we walk with the principles of God, the life is built on principle and we roll with the principles, everything falls into place. It's just simple as that. It's not as difficult a lot of people think. No, life is very simple. It's very, very simple. It's about the mindset. It's about your belief system. It's about what exactly do you want to accomplish in life? Where are you going? Where do you want to go? 10 years from now, where do you want to be? 5 years from now, where do you want to go? You must have all of this put in place. This is what I want to be. Picture your future. That's vision. Picture your future. Because when you have a picture of where you are going, you want to live in line with what you saw. You want to talk in line with what you saw. You want to dress like the way you have seen yourself to be. That's the way it works. Because some people who allow the present situation to envelop them is because they don't see beyond the present. When you are not seeing beyond the present, you will think like your situation. You will dress like your problem. You will talk like your situation, your circumstances. But if you see beyond where you are now, you will begin to utter well. You begin to speak in line with what you saw. But those who don't see what you saw, we said, is this man or this woman out of his mind? Didn't he or she sees her predicament? Didn't he see all the things that he or she is going through? Why is she dressing in this manner? Why is he talking in this manner? Because you are not talking based on where you are now. You are not dressing like the way your problem is now. Because you see beyond the problem. You see beyond the circumstances. You see beyond the issue on ground. And that's how it ought to be. Remember the story of, right now, a story of the 12 spies. I call them leaders that Joshua sent to go and spy the land. That Moses sent to go and spy the land. There were 12 of them. What happened to them? When they got to the land, the promised land, everything was beautiful. They saw everything. The fruits, the flowers, the proceeds, everything was glorious. Now, not only that did they see, they also saw giants in the land. Away by the giant. So that was why when they returned, what were they saying? They brought a report that the land is good, everything about the land is great, but we saw giants. We were like grasshopper before them. And the funniest thing is this: they did not go and ask these giants, how do we look like in your eyes? They didn't ask. They didn't ask them, how do we look like? But they just think in their own mind, we look like grasshopper before them. That was what they brought. We can't conquer the land. It's not possible. That was what they said. Then, thank God for the two other leaders, Joshua and Caleb. Joshua and Caleb also bring same report and say, yes, indeed, the land is full of milk and honey. Everywhere is beautiful. We also saw the same giant they saw. But we are here to let you know, with God on our side, we will overcome. We will conquer the land and we will possess the land. You get the point? So it's all about what? They saw the same thing, but their mindset. No, we talk about the mindset. When I talk about the 10 points I gave, that's about their mindset, their attitude. The attitude of Joshua and Caleb was quite different from the other 10 leaders. Their mindset and their belief system. But the other 10 only saw giants. They didn't remember the good things they saw as well. They allowed the giants, the appearance of the giant, to bring them down. So that's why sometimes we say, these people are lucky to be successful. No, they saw the same problem with you. You guys, we are all in the same thing. It's just that they saw differently. They interpret the situation differently. And that was why they are where they are. So if you want to be like Joshua and Caleb, you must develop a mindset that always see beyond the present problem. Don't dress like it. Joshua and Caleb did not talk or act based on the problem they saw. They talk and act based on the statement of God. That is exactly how we are supposed to live. Don't dress like your problem. Don't talk like your problem. Don't look like your problem. Look like the vision you saw, the great things ahead. When you are talking, talk big. When you dress like somebody that you want to be 10 years that you saw. That's how it works. If the 10 leaders had acted based on what God told them, they wouldn't have been looking at the giants. They got carried away with the size of the men, then they begin to entertain fear. But Joshua and Caleb see beyond the size of the men. They were holding on to the word of God. They were holding on to the word of God. Someone said to me one day, if they send you an errand to go and deliver a message to another warrior, a warrior send you a message to go and deliver to another warrior, and let even say that the one they send you to is even powerful than the one that sent you. For you to be able to deliver that message, you should fear the one that sent you more than the one they send you to. Because if you are afraid of the one that they send you to more than the one that sent you, you won't be able to deliver that message. That's the key. So Joshua and Caleb reference God more above any other thing they saw. That was why they were scared through. So that is exactly how I want us to go as we journey in this life. See beyond your problem. See beyond your predicament. See beyond the storm you are in now. Because they are for just a moment. They won't be there forever. Don't make decisions based on your present predicament. No. Don't make decisions. Don't act in line with what you are facing now. Because they will fade away. It's just for a time, just for a season. Push them aside and move on. Push them aside and keep moving. Turn blind eye to them. Focus on where you are going. Focus on those things that you believe in. You might not have the resources. You might not have the capability. You might not have what it takes. Keep moving, irrespective. That's what courage. I talked about just now. I said courage. Courage is not absent of fear. It's in spite of fear, you are moving forward. In spite of fear, you are pressing forward. In spite of fear, you are moving forward. That's what courage stands for. That's what courage is. Some people will even be afraid of you. Who is this guy? Why are you not afraid? You don't even see your... Yes, I saw them, but where I'm going is far more important than the issue surrounding me right now. That's how to win in this world. That is how to succeed in this world. In anything you want to do in life, you must exercise faith, courage. Confidence is the key. Nothing else can do it. No man, no woman is coming through for you than for you to summon the courage, equip yourself, feed your mind, develop a mindset of I don't bow. I will never back down. I'll keep moving because top is where I belong. We need to do the job. We need to do it. It's possible. It's doable and it's achievable. It's all about the mind. I keep saying this on a daily basis. That's why I teach more on the mind. Because if you can win in your mind, you will win in this world. There's a book by my mentor, Greg Rocher, wrote the book. He's a great mentor of mine. He said, win the war in your mind. Win the war. Most of the war we are fighting in this world is in the mind, not really physical. The war we are battling is the war in our mind. If we can win the war in our mind, we'll win the war in the physical. That's the way it works. No more, no less. If you can win the war in your mind, you will win the war in this life. And I tackled the mind more because I was once there. I knew how I was thinking some couple of years ago. I knew how I was thinking, and I knew how I'm thinking now. Yes, because I have to feed my mind. I have to make sure I declutter so many things out of my mind to be able to act the way I'm acting today. So the mind is the first thing you must attack. If you can get those fear out of your mind, those belief systems that are holding you down, the rest is history. The job is 50% done. The poverty you think is holding you is 50% over. Is the mind. Is this place. Is this place. Imagine when you want to say something, you want to confront somebody. You are afraid. You'll be able to talk. But when you defeat that fear, You will come out boldly. You will speak boldly. They will know that indeed you know what you are doing. So please, wake up. Do something for yourself, because why? If it has to be, it's up to you. Nobody is really coming through for you. You know, sometimes when we pray, we say, God, help me. God has helped us long ago. God has put everything in place for us to succeed. But how far? How are you doing these things? Are you going after them? Are you maximizing those things God has put in your hands? You understand? God, help me this. God, give me this. God has given them to us. God has given them to us. But are you applying those things the way you ought to? Are you running with those things? That's the way it is. Keep praying, of course, is a good thing, but at the same time, put yourself on the line. Tell yourself, I will do my part, God will do his part. It's just as simple as that. I believe that we have taken something out of this today, and I want to encourage us, please, let them subscribe, share these platforms. This is a community put together to help us to grow, self-develop ourselves, that will propel us to the top. That's what we do here. We are not here to babysit anybody, but to bring the lion in you out, to tell you got what it takes. You have what it takes. Enough of sitting in our comfort zone. Let's rise up to the challenge and take what belongs to us. We are here to conquer. We are here to be our best and do what God has sent us to do. Thank you all for this section. It's an interesting one. I'll be back again, hopefully 4 hours or 5 hours time. We'll talk on another very interesting topic that will help us grow in all areas of our life. This is what we do, and we'll continue to put in all our best to ensure that we have the best, because the best is meant for us. We are not meant to sit, we are meant to take the world and rule it, because we are rulers. We are winners. That's how God called us. We are kingdom citizens. Kingdom citizens are not supposed to beg. We don't beg for things. Things, we attract things. We attract them. We attract them. That's what we do. We attract things. We don't beg for it. We don't pursue things. In the kingdom, we don't pursue things. I'll be speaking of that as well on the kingdom. As a kingdom citizen, your right. You have a right. Are you using your right? Are you enjoying your right? All of this is what we'll be sharing on, hopefully by the grace of God, so that we know how to take our place on this earth. Thank you all. And it's a very interesting topic.